In the quiet, mist-laden valley of Meow, there stood a village unlike any other. Here, the houses were not made of brick or wood, but of something far stranger. They were alive, and they looked exactly like cats. Each dwelling was a colossal feline form, curled snugly into itself, with arched backs forming the roofs and wide, glowing windows for eyes. Their chimneys puffed out gentle breaths of smoke like contented sighs, and their doors, positioned where mouths might be, swung open with soft, inviting meows when visitors approached. The townsfolk lived comfortably in seat, warmed by the house's rhythmic purring, which vibrated through the floors like a perpetual lullaby. The larger homes belonging to the wealthy were proud Persians with fluffy, shingled fur, while the simpler cottages took the form of sleek tabbies, their wooden planks arranged like stripes. But the most peculiar thing about these houses was their behavior. At night, when the moon hung heavy and silver, the entire village would stretch and shift. Foundations creaked as paws, or what might have been porches, flexed. Roofs arched higher, tails which doubled as clotheslines twitched, and sometimes, if you listened closely, you could hear the faint sound of 100 houses yawning in unison. Old Mrs. Leora, who lived in a Siamese-style house with striking blue shutters for eyes, claimed that once, during a particularly letty afternoon, her home had rolled onto its back, sunning its belly, which happened to be the attic, forcing her to climb out through a skylight. The children of Meow adored their feline abodes, sliding down sloping tails and scratching behind the chimneys, which always elicited a deep, rumbling purr. But outsiders who stumbled upon the village often fled in terror when the houses blinked at them or, worse, sneezed, sending tiles scattering like startled fur. No one knew how the houses had come to be. Some said a lonely sorcerer had enchanted them out of longing for companionship. Others whispered that the village itself was a dream dreamed by a giant cat napping somewhere beyond the clouds. And perhaps that was true, for on certain mornings, when the fog curled just so, the entire town seemed to knead the earth beneath it, as if settling in for a long, contented nap. And then with a sigh, the houses would sleep, their windows slowly dimming to slits, leaving only the soft, steady sound of purrs drifting through the valley.